Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here, you're welcome. My name is Sharon and today I am gracing you with this beautiful face. It's been a while since I did makeup on my face, and we're going to talk about how to blend in makeup when it comes to face, skin, all that. So yeah, before we do that, kindly subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll be reading all of them kama kawaida, and if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. And guys, we are on our way to 1 million subscribers, guys. 1 million. So please, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Let's move on straight into the video. Hey guys, we're going to proceed on with the voiceover. We're starting off by cleaning the face. Make sure your face is very clean. No fallouts, no sweats, no oil on your face before you move on to skin prep. First off, you need to understand your skin type. For me, my skin is very dry, so my first step is normally to hydrate. I normally use the hydrating mist from Golden Lip Cosmetics as the first step to skin prep. And then after, I am going to use the Cerave AM facial moisturizing lotion. As you can see here, this one has SPF in it, so it is a sunscreen plus moisturizer all in one. So that is why I love using it. And to apply this, I'm just going to tap all over the face. Okay, tap until it is absorbed into the skin completely, until it is all set into the skin. That is when you proceed to the next step. And then after that is set, now is when we move to applying primer, to priming our face. I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This works like magic for my skin type. My skin type is normal to dry skin. If you have oily skin, make sure you go for a very mattifying primer. The best primer for oily skin would be the Becca primer. So where I'm going to apply the primer is where I produce oil the most, that is around the T-zone area, so around my nose, corner of my nose, going towards my forehead, and a bit around the lip and my smile line region. And then for application, you tap it in, especially for primer. Tap, and then again allow it to be absorbed into the skin completely, allow it to set completely into the skin before you move on to applying foundation. So the key here is you understanding your skin type first before you know which products to use on your face. Okay, and then next, this is a very important information you need to know. So if you're going to use a water-based foundation, make sure you use a water-based primer as well. If you're going to use an oil-based foundation, make sure you use an oil-based primer. So for you to check whether your primer is oil-based or water-based, make sure you check on the ingredients. It's normally the first ingredient. So if you see the ingredient starts with, say, water, you know it is water-based. So for foundation, I'm using the Narcissistic foundation in the shade, is it Mocha? Is it Mocha or Mocha? So for application, I'm just starting off with this small brush. Please avoid doing dots on your face, all over your face, before you start blending in. You can just use a brush and then drag it down. As you see here, it is going to blend in evenly when you do this. And then for blending in, I'm going to use our Damn Beauty Blender. Make sure you squeeze out the excess water on the Beauty Blender. Make sure you squeeze it out completely before you start blending in. And to blend in, I'm just going to tap. So starting from the cheeks going down, avoid using fresh products around the under eye and the corner of the nose. Okay, just tap from the cheeks going down. And then another thing that is very important to note is, if you want a flawless blend, the one that will not have a flashback after you're done doing your makeup, make sure you use a foundation that matches your skin tone to the T, or a foundation one shade darker than your skin tone. One shade darker than your skin tone. This is a very important thing I learned recently. You can use a foundation that is actually one shade darker than your skin tone, because again, you will be using a concealer to highlight. So regardless, you're going to highlight your face. So if you're not careful and you use, say, a foundation that is a bit lighter than your skin tone, the whole face is going to look way lighter than your skin tone. Okay, and make sure you blend in your neck as well. And the best match for foundation is actually your neck. So if you want to match your foundation, please match it to your neck. It's best when you do that. And then when it comes to blending in the forehead, use very little product. Start off from in between the eyebrows, blend it outwards going up. So start off in between the eyebrows. As you go up, blend it outwards. Okay, don't just blend it up directly. It is going to create that it looks like a block on your forehead. So blend it outwards so you avoid using too much product around the hairline. And please, when it comes to foundation, the trick is using as little product as possible. Okay, that is the trick. And then the product remaining on the beauty blender is what now you can use around at the bridge of your nose. Again, avoid using fresh products around the corner of your nose and your under eye. So this is the texture we want to go for, a skin-like finish. Don't use too much product. And then after we have blended in the foundation, we are going to highlight with a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than our skin tone. For us, we're using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. So 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And then again, all the products you're going to use, make sure they have the same consistency. Okay? Do not use an oil-based foundation and then all of a sudden you're going to use a very water-based concealer. Make sure they have the same consistency. And then so when it comes to highlighting under eye, just place it around the inner corner and outer corner, as you can see there, and give it a minute to set first before you start to blend that in. Just a minute, not more than that. Again, the amount of product really matters. The amount of product really matters. If you want that very flawless blend, the amount really matters. Make sure you use as little product as possible. And then again, blend. By blending, I mean you tap it in using the very same beauty blender you use. And please make sure you use the one side you use to blend in your foundation. That is the same side you should be using to blend in your concealer as well, because it already has product. It is just going to blend in well with your skin when you do that. Can you guys see that? If you use little product, you avoid those creases around your under eye. And then you can use the product remaining on the beauty blender around the bridge of your nose. You don't have to apply fresh like concealer around the bridge of your nose. You can just use the one remaining on the beauty blender. So moving on to highlighting the forehead. Yeah, highlight more if you have a smaller forehead, less if you have a bigger forehead. Okay, and where to place the product, use little products and place it in between your eyebrows. So when you start blending it in, you start blending in between the eyebrows going up. Okay, and as you go up, you spread it out evenly. Don't just blend it up directly. It is going to create that block again, that line block on your forehead. We don't want that. So blend it outwards as you move up. Again, for my beginners, these products are advisable for normal to dry skin, because that is what my skin type is, normal to dry skin. If you have oily skin, kindly use matte products. Okay, and then for beginners, please avoid using concealer around your smile line, around the lip region, because the areas where you have textured skin, like your skin is very textured around these areas. If you apply too much cream, it is going to actually make that texture more visible. You're not going to conceal anything, you're just going to make it more visible. So to set the concealer, we are going to use compact finishing powder that is 2 shades lighter than our skin tone. Okay, and the best product to go for is warm undertones for melanated skin. So make sure you understand your undertone as well. So if you have a warm undertone, make sure the setting powder, finishing powder has a warm undertone as well. So at least it matches your tone, your skin tone. Okay, for beginners, I recommend using a compact finishing powder because it is way easier than just baking. Please avoid baking. We want a very flawless skin-like finish. So you can start off with this technique first, and then you can move on to trying to bake later. Okay, and then we are going to use the side of the beauty blender that had product. That is what you're going to use when it comes to applying the setting powder as well. So moving on, we are going to contour. So we're starting off from the sideburn going down in a curve, okay? And we're using a very fluffy brush, round, fluffy. We're going to use a powder that is 2 shades darker than our skin tone, and to blend that in, we're going to use a lift and drop technique, okay? And we're going to blend that up. We're not going to blend the contour down, we're going to blend the contour up, so it stays at the edge of our cheek. And then I use the very same product to contour our forehead as well. So for our forehead, start off from the hairline going down, and make sure that product is blended in to your hairline as well, and then blend it down to the cheek contour. When it comes to contouring the nose, use a smaller angled brush. So we're just going to place it at an angle from the brow facing down, so it gives us a guideline on how exactly we're going to draw the line and the size in between the two lines. So when you're drawing these contour lines, make sure it is a straight line from up going down. Make sure that line is very straight. So if you want a longer nose, start off just below the eyebrow going down. If you want a shorter nose, start off at the inner corner of the eye going down. And then after drawing the contour lines, we're going to use a cleaner brush to blend that in. So on the upper side, we are blending into the eyeshadow, and then going down, we're just blending it down. Make sure you use a cleaner, more fluffy brush for this, so we avoid having harsh contour lines around the nose contour. And then after that, for me, because my skin type is dry, normal to dry skin, I don't like applying too much powder. I just use a clean brush to blend in the whole face. If you have an oily skin, you can use a finishing powder for that. And then after that, we're just setting the whole face. I'm using the Golden Lip Cosmetics hydrating mist. So if you have dry skin, use a dewy setting spray. If you have oily skin, use a matte setting spray. Okay, and then after that, I'm just using the Juvias loose highlighter, a tiny amount of it, to highlight the tip of the nose. Okay, and then to highlight the cheeks, kindly use very little product. This highlighter should only be seen when the light is hitting your face, okay? Tiny product. And yeah, because today we're just focusing on blending in the face, that would be it for this tutorial, guys. Let me know what you think. If you try this technique and it works for you, make sure you comment down below. And generally, just let's engage on the comment section, okay? So from me, thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. I hope you learned something, guys. Okay, bye.